The 1980s were a golden age for fast food experimentation, and nowhere was that more evident than in burgers. This was a decade when fast food chains weren't afraid to take risks, pushing bold flavors, oversized portions, and wild marketing ideas that spoke directly to kids, teens, and busy families. For many Americans, these burgers weren't just meals, they were a part of childhood itself. One unforgettable example was the McDolt. Introduced by McDonald's in the mid-1980s, the McDolt wasn't just about taste, it was about experience. The burger came in a unique two-sided styrofoam container that kept the hot side hot and the cool side cool. Kids loved opening it, assembling it themselves, and biting into a burger that felt futuristic. The beef patty was juicy, the lettuce crisp, and the novelty alone made it legendary. Burger King also leaned hard into indulgence. The steakhouse burger, loaded with thick beef patties, crispy onions, and smoky sauces, felt grown up and rebellious. It was messy, bold, and unapologetically heavy, exactly what teenagers in the 1980s wanted. This was fast food pretending to be backyard grilling culture, and it worked. Wendy's joined the arms race with burgers that emphasized real ingredients. Square patties, fresh toppings, and limited-time specialty burgers created a sense that Wendy's was different, slightly more authentic than its competitors. For kids growing up then, biting into a Wendy's burger felt like eating something made just for them. Regional chains played an even bigger role in childhood memories. Many small fast food restaurants created signature burgers that never went national but became local legends. These burgers were often grazier, bigger, and more experimental than anything sold today. Peanut butter burgers, chili-loaded patties, and double-decker creations were surprisingly common. What made these burgers taste like childhood wasn't just the ingredients, it was the context. Birthday parties, Little League games, road trips, and mall food courts all revolved around fast food. Burgers were rewards, celebrations, and comfort food wrapped in paper. By the late 1980s, health concerns and cost-cutting began changing fast food forever. Many of these burgers were quietly discontinued, replaced by simpler menus and standardized flavors. But for those who remember them, the taste still lingers, a mix of salt, nostalgia, and simpler times. These forgotten burgers weren't perfect, but they were memorable. And in many ways, they defined an entire generation's relationship with food. Fast food in the 1980s wasn't subtle, it was loud, bold, and larger than life. Burgers came stacked high, dripping with sauces, wrapped in flashy packaging, and advertised during Saturday morning cartoons. For kids growing up in that era, these burgers became emotional landmarks tied to family outings and after-school treats. One iconic forgotten burger was Hardee's Big Twin. It was massive, unapologetically greasy, and felt like something only adults were supposed to eat, yet kids wanted it more than anything. 2 beef patties, melted cheese, and a soft bun made it feel indulgent in a way modern fast food rarely allows. Jack in the Box experimented endlessly during the 1980s, introducing burgers that pushed boundaries. Some were spicy, some sweet, and others downright strange. By today's standards, these burgers reflected a time when chains tested ideas quickly, willing to fail just to stay exciting. Marketing played a huge role in how these burgers tasted. Commercials promised fun, freedom, and coolness. When a child unwrapped a burger after seeing it advertised all week, the anticipation alone enhanced the flavor. That psychological connection made even simple burgers feel magical. Another forgotten classic was the McDonald's cheddar melt. Rich cheddar sauce, grilled onions, and a softer bun created a comforting, almost homemade flavor profile. It felt warm, cozy, and perfect for cold evenings, something rarely associated with fast food today. These burgers also reflected the economic optimism of the time. Portions were generous, ingredients felt abundant, and menus were filled with choices. Fast food wasn't yet obsessed with calorie counts or cost efficiency. It was about pleasure. As the 1990s approached, many of these burgers disappeared without explanation. New branding strategies, health trends, and rising costs pushed them off menus. No farewell, no announcement, just gone. Yet decades later, people still talk about them online, trying to recreate the flavors at home. That lingering obsession proves these burgers weren't just meals, they were memories sealed in greaseproof paper. The burgers of the 1980s represented freedom. Parents trusted kids with a few dollars. Bikes took them to fast food counters, and independence tasted like melted cheese and toasted buns. These burgers became symbols of growing up. Chains competed fiercely, releasing limited-time burgers that felt special simply because they wouldn't last. Wendy's Super Bar era inspired larger burgers, while McDonald's toy-driven promotions made every visit feel like an event. One standout was the McDonald's Arch Deluxe prototype era burgers' early attempts at adult fast food. These burgers featured peppery sauces and sturdier buns, signaling a shift that started in the late 80s. Burger King's broiler flame grilled taste defined childhood for many. The smoky flavor felt closer to real grilling than anything else available. For kids, it felt sophisticated, like eating something meant for backyard barbecues. Fast food burgers also became social currency. Kids compared toys, sizes, and flavors. Which burger is better was a serious debate on playgrounds. The disappearance of these burgers wasn't accidental. Chains streamlined menus, focusing on efficiency and global consistency. What was lost was personality. Today's fast food is cleaner, safer, and more predictable, but it lacks the reckless creativity of the 1980s. Those forgotten burgers remind us of a time when fast food felt personal. They tasted like childhood because they were eaten during childhood, when flavors felt stronger, moments felt bigger, and burgers felt like adventures. In the 1980s, fast food burgers weren't designed for social media, they were designed for joy. Thick patties, dripping sauces, and oversized buns made eating an experience, not a performance. Regional burger chains flourished, offering unique flavors shaped by local tastes. Some burgers were spicier, others sweeter, but all were memorable. Kids didn't care about ingredients lists. They cared about how a burger made them feel. Warm, happy, full. Many forgotten burgers were tied to promotions, movies, cartoons, or sports events. These burgers became souvenirs you could eat. When they vanished, something emotional vanished too. Food became efficient, but less fun. The memory of those burgers endures because food is emotional history. Every bite carried a moment. That's why these burgers still matter. Ask anyone who grew up in the 1980s about fast food burgers, and you'll hear stories, not reviews. Stories about car rides, family laughs, and greasy napkins. These burgers were imperfect, messy, and unforgettable. They reflected a decade that embraced excess and joy. The fast food industry has changed, but the longing remains. People don't just miss the burgers, they miss the feeling. That's why these forgotten burgers still taste like childhood, even if we never taste them again.